Welcome to Encouraging Word, TGIF Morning with Pastor Albert Tan. Encouraging Word for TGIF encourages us to serve others so that our faith may be reflected in our actions. Be a blessing, be a neighbor, be love in action, be authentic. A blessed morning and a wonderful and joyful day in the presence of the Lord. For this morning, we want to focus on being a blessing. In one of the Connect Bible studying group, as we covered the series on the life of Elisha, we learned an interesting story of how 4 lepers who sat at the gates of Samaria became a blessing to the community. So let's look at the story in 2 Kings chapter 6 verse 24. Sometime later, Ben-Hadad, king of Aram, mobilized his entire army and marched up and laid siege to Samaria. And there was a great famine in the city. The siege lasted so long that a donkey's head sold for 80 shekels of silver and a quarter of a cap of seed pods for 5 shekels. See, Samaria had come under the siege that had become so bad that women in the city were eating their own children to survive. Then Elisha made a prophecy that seemed like impossible to happen. 2 Kings chapter 7 verse 1. Elisha replied, "Hear the word of the Lord. This is what the Lord says. About this time tomorrow, a seah of finest flour will sell for a shekel, and 2 seahs of barley for a shekel at the gate of Samaria." Then we are told what happened next. In 2 Kings chapter 7 verse 3 to 4, now there were 4 men with leprosy at the entrance of the city gate. They said to each other, "Why stay here until we die? If we say we'll go to the city, the famine is there and we will die. If we stay here, we will die. So let's go over to the camp of the Arameans and surrender. If they spare us, we live. If they kill us, then we die." Now that was a very astute evaluation. Better to go out to the besieging Arameans. At least there's a 50% chance of survival. So in 2 Kings chapter 7 verse 6, at dusk they got up and went to the camp of the Arameans. Now when they reached the edge of the camp, no one was there. 2 Kings chapter 7 verse 8 says, the man who had leprosy reached the edge of the camp, entered one of the tents, and ate and drank. Then they took silver, gold, and clothes and went off and hid them. They returned and entered another tent and took something from it and hid them also. So they had a great time eating and taking the silver and gold, and they were truly being blessed. Then in 2 Kings chapter 7 verse 9, they said, then they said to each other, "What we are doing is not right. This is a day of good news, and we are keeping it to ourselves. If we wait until daylight, punishment will overtake us. Let's go at once and report this to the royal palace." So the conscience began to trouble them. In 2 Kings chapter 7 verse 10, so they went out and called out to the city gatekeepers and told them, "We went into the Arabian camp and no one was there, not a sound of anyone, only tethered horses and donkeys, as the tents left just as they were." They chose the right thing to do, to be a blessing to others and not to keep the blessings for themselves. Will we choose to be a blessing to others today?
Out in the highways and byways of life, many are weary and sad. Carry the sunshine where darkness is bright.
The Lord bless you and the Lord keep you. The Lord make his face shine on you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face towards you and give you peace.